Work from home. All right. Everybody say unestablished.
Unestablished, child.
Unestablished.
Okay. We got lights, so that means something's happening.
Yes, the red
Look,
light is on.
Well, y'all got me hip to this Riverside, so I've been recording my episodes using Riverside. Then I had a guest the last episode I did. We did real Riverside. He was recording from a cell phone, so we had a lot of feedback echoing, but somehow or another we did something. So I've been tired. Ladies, welcome to the What Shayro Thinks About It podcast. You do not know this is an honor to have the ladies of the Unestablished podcast, Constance, Jawanda, and Monique, here in the house of Shayro. Ladies, introduce yourselves. Tell us something about yourself.
Oh God. I don't want to start. You know, I don't like talking first. Where do y'all go?
You always don't like to go first.
I don't. I hate it.
Know.
I don't even know what to say.
I feel you on that.
I nominate Monique.
Go ahead, Mo.
Wow.
You got this, girl.
Monique is unestablished today. She barely got on Riverside, but my name is Monique, 1/3 of Unestablished, of course. Newfound entrepreneurs trying to figure out this thing of work-life balance, and new auntie to a niece by the name of Kinsley, who just steals my heart every day. But outside of that, you can catch me in the streets with my fur babies, Bella and Luther.
All right.
Shit, Mo should have went last.
And look, I'm gonna put the warning. Look, I got the unestablished. This is an E-rated show, okay?
Oh,
Sorry.
oh.
No, go ahead. We're gonna be ourselves up in here.
All right. Well, I'm Jawanda. I am a pharmacist by day, a podcaster by night. I am married with no kids, no children. We just out here living our best lives, but, together. That's all I got to say.
So if you're looking for kids, I have one for sale.
No, thank you. They come
Heavens.
with a price tag.
He's 21, so just put a TV in front of him,
That
the
is
computer, and
not
let
a
him do his
child.
college work.
I
That's
didn't even claim
not
him
a
on my
child.
taxes.
Right.
No, thanks.
No,
Where's
here.
the
Pockets.
benefit?
The gray hair.
No, thanks.
Well, my name is Constance, and I am a pharmaceutical rep, former teacher. I ain't got no husband or children or fur babies, but I do have an adorable little niece who, unfortunately, I don't get to see every day. But when I do see her, she makes me ever so tired, all the while ever so happy. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
All righty. Well, as my few listeners, you probably know I was a guest on the Unestablished podcast a while back, and we just had it up. So we already know this is going to be E-rated because, one, we can't control Constance's mouth, and nor do we want, and we don't want to.
That's you for everybody.
And the other ladies, a lot of my friends, they listen to the episode, they're like, okay, I had no idea about you. I'm like, I know, but I held back.
Did you now?
I did. I knew I was going to be hosting an event later on. Yeah, I was, what they call it, code switching. I was kind of code switching, and I knew some people, so I'm like, let's not do a thing. Even though I have another event coming up that I'm going to be hosting soon, which is going to be teaching about hosting a podcast or how to start a podcast and how to get guests and all that. So, but we're not holding back this time. If they don't like it, they'll be all right. Ladies, did y'all? I did not bring anything to drink but water, but I know on you all's podcast, y'all always have something. And I just realized that window is back there. Did you all bring something to drink for this one?
No, I have water today. And
Water
some Gatorade.
Water is very good.
It's essential.
You sipping on anything, Constance?
I have a beer right here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to drink it during.
Oh yeah, you're a beer drinker. That amazes me that you drink beer. I'm trying to remember. It's not Coke 45, right?
You're hilarious. Hilarious.
What?
Shit, nah, I don't drink no motherfucking malt liquor.
What do you drink? I know you're a beer drinker though.
I don't drink beer that often. I usually drink like ciders and stuff like that, like Original Sin or I can't even the other ones. Cider Boys, sometimes Angry Orchard. I drink Corona extra.
That's it.
Mm.
When I first came to Georgia, some friends took me to Taco Mac. And at the time, I had not had a drink in Georgia. I'd been there probably like a good month or two. And went to Taco Mac, and they had some kind of blue lager, which was like a sweet beer, which I'm like, this is not beer. This doesn't put any kind of hair on your chest or anything. But
Not all beer does. And I don't like it too damn strong now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a drinker anymore. Y'all know about that. But
Right.
Budweiser in a bottle used to be my go-to beer because an uncle of mine, that's what he used to drink growing up. But in college, what was it? Old E. Some friends of mine, they like to get the Old E, and we get that. Now, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I used to mix Old E with Dr. Pepper.
Beer and Dr.
I mean, teach its own, man.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be like as a combination.
Right.
I am not suggesting that you try it. It is not a suggestion to try. But I don't know. Just some reason I had a Dr. Pepper one night after we made our beer run, and somehow or another it got mixed. And I'm like, and everybody was just looking at me crazy, like, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "Actually, I'm sober, but I would try it because OD has like a charcoal taste to me, so something like that."
That does not sound enjoyable.
It
doesn't
wasn't
sound too appealing.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Do not try this while sober or drunk. Okay,
Goodness,
you'll be cussing me out for it.
messed up.
I must say about your last episode, that was the episode. And just so you know, the ladies of Unestablished, they are the hosts of the Unestablished podcast. You can find it on Anchor and any podcasting platform. Please go back and listen to them. I believe I was on episode 65. Go back and listen, put the ratings up a little bit higher.
You know the number.
Yes. And I saw something you all had posted a clip. It's like from episode 65. You said episode 65, but it was a very funny guy. Oh my goodness. I had his name in my mind, but
Alvin?
Alvin. I'm like, that is not episode 65, but you had a clip for him. But I remember you saying he was like the most highest rated episode the first time he was on there. And he is just a trip. And the guests you all have had lately, like last week you had I can't say it right either, but she's a professional wine person. I'm like, that's the perfect person for this episode, because one thing you ladies know how to do is drink some wine.
We love wine.
That indeed.
We learned quite a bit from her. She was a blast to have on.
I learned something from her. Made me want to go risk taking a drink of alcohol. Almost.
No, don't do that.
I'm not going to do it. So, ladies, we just sitting around here on a lazy Monday afternoon. Now, you all have the name Unestablished Podcast. You have to be a true follower. Yeah, put them out, Monique. A true follower to understand. All of you have professional jobs or entrepreneurships or side gigs. It's not like you were out there totally, really unestablished. You're more established than I was at 30. You have wonderful jobs, and all three of you are educated ladies. You're doing wonderful things out there in the world. And if I can say this, all of you are attached in some way. I'm giving that from a past episode where you all admitted you are attached, and I follow you on Instagram as well. I know all y'all are attached to somebody. So I was thinking back. My mother went to I cannot say the with Alcorn. She went to Alcorn State University, and she became a teacher. She was married to my dad at the time she was finishing up Alcorn. She had given birth to my older brother. And when she finished, she came back and told my dad, okay, I went and got my education. Now it's time for you to go get yours. My dad was like, I have the job I want. I'm good. I don't need to. And he ended up working that job for the next 44 years. Completely. Then worked about another 10 years afterwards, just working like 1 or 2 days a week to pay the insurance. So he was good. And he's like, I don't need an education. I don't need to be there at that level. So you as established ladies, and you having significant others, is it your responsibility to get that man gone, Constance, with that drink? Girl, took me totally out of character. But don't be sorry. I loved how you did that just out of nowhere, but I just had to point it out. So, do you think it's your responsibility to get that man that you're with, that significant other of yours? And I know that all of you have established mates as well, but let's just say they didn't have that same college education as you or something. I remember there was a movie, Idris Elba, I believe, and Gabrielle Union. She was a lawyer. He was raising 3 girls, daddy's girls, something like that.
Daddy's little girls.
Yeah.
And her friends were like, what do you talk about? What conversation do you have? And so is it your responsibility to get that man to your level?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I guess it depends on what you feel like is your level, because I don't feel like someone who doesn't have a college education is incapable of carrying on a conversation with me, is incapable of loving me, is incapable of being a good partner. Now, if that's something that they want to do, those should be questions you're asking before you engage in a long-term relationship, if that's something that you're willing to deal with. If it's not, one of your standards and you don't want that, you want somebody who's college educated and on your level already, fine. But you need to ask if they want that, because I feel like that comes with resentment, possibly down the line. You pushing something on somebody who may not want to do that. So I don't feel like it's your partner's responsibility to tell you what to do. I mean, unless that's what you want. And in that case, you should be doing that shit before you partner. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. Communication, huh? Right.
Yes. It is
Ladies.
decent.
My first thought was whether, like, that's, like Constance said, whether that's your personal desire. But when you first asked the question, my thought went to the support aspect of us being the girlfriend, the wife, whatever. Like, if I choose you as my significant other, then I'm going to support you to whatever degree you choose to go to. But whether it's my responsibility, no.
Yeah.
I noticed that shameless plug up there with your shoulder, Monique.
What shameless plug?
Yo, man's podcast.
Oh,
I didn't
Lord.
even know that you could see that. His podcast
can't
is
see
not
it.
currently producing new episodes, so we can cut that out.
I've seen a few. I'm not editing that part, but I've seen a few. Jawanda.
I don't feel like your partner have to be college educated. I come from a family where the women actually went to college and most of the men went to the military. They're not college educated, but they're people I look up to and I respect. I don't think you need to have a man that has that quote unquote education. As far as a relationship goes, you definitely need somebody that is going to be supportive both ways and want you to be better in both ways. And that doesn't have to be in an educational aspect.
Okay. Now, I'm thinking of a conversation I had with a friend of mine. They were not college educated, but they always point out to me, they say in high school, oh, you were so smart. We like the way you were, that you went to college. We're so proud of you. I'm like, I am not smart, but I listen to people. And on top of that, I graduated with basically a C average in high school. In my first semester of college, I think I shared this with you all, was a 1.8 GPA. So I got to school and I partied. But we were having a conversation, and the first thing she said, well, do you want to talk about stocks and bonds, or would you like to talk about this? I'm like, no. I do talk about that with some people, but that's not the one. She's like, well, you're college educated. I want to make sure I'm on that level. I'm like, why don't we just have a conversation? And we just talk about what comes to mind. With me and them, it's just all kind of crazy stuff. So that conversation aspect, and Constance, you just said that you can have plenty of conversation with somebody that's not on the same educational level. So for these ladies out there who are they so in love with I'm gonna throw Jeffrey out there. That's not anybody's man's name, right? I'm gonna throw Jeffrey out there. Jeffrey. Why?
Jeffrey.
I don't know. That's what came to mind at the moment.
Okay,
but,
carry on. Sorry.
Okay, so you got this lady, let's say a PhD, like Dr. Davis here, but she loves Jeffrey, and Jeffrey after high school, he basically got him a job at the factory. He was making good money. Jeffrey's good. What kind of conversation do you hold with that person?
Hopefully, why does Jeffrey have interest, and why does it have to be a college level situation?
Yeah. Agreed.
Like, what
I
type of
agree.
conversation has to be had if we're both happy with what we're contributing to the lifestyle that we are choosing to live?
Right.
I
And I
like those
mean,
answers.
I'm about to say it's not that you can't have a conversation, and I would think it would be the same as any first date conversation you would have. You're not trying to figure out what the man's social security number is or what his 401k holdings are. You trying to figure out what his favorite fucking color is, and do you like your mama? Do you have siblings? What's your sibling's name? Have you always lived here? Where you from? You know,
Do
what
you
do you
have
do? Do you
allergies?
like it? How'd you get there? You know, what's up? It's like a first interview questions. You're not
Yeah. I think that
worried
sounds
about
like
that.
a first date I had with somebody years ago, and it was all kind of things. And we're gonna jump around here. You see on Instagram when these ladies talk about on the first date, oh, I need to be taken to a 4-star restaurant, and you need to make this amount of money, and these are my bills. And I'm like, wait, what? I see why you ain't got nobody, baby. Because if that's how you starting out the conversation, I'm gonna be like, let me have a check. We gonna deal with this meal, but you're gonna find yourself blocked, or either if you're not blocked, every time you call, I'm just looking at it and I'm showing my friend, look at this idiot. She's still calling me.
Jesus, man.
Oh my
Joseph.
God. I think there's a nicer way to have that conversation, though.
Yeah.
I mean, even
But-
as a woman, to present your desires and your standards to a guy, I think there's a certain way that you do it. And no, it doesn't have to be in the first conversation, but you figure out the things that really matter through through just general conversation. We don't have to list it all out and see if you match up, because that means the things that I'm listing is all that I care about, and that's not necessarily true.
Yeah. And some
Did y'all have a
some
list?
women-
Yeah, but it
Yes.
wasn't like
but I didn't present it the first time.
posting
I
it
talked
on
to
the wall.
dude.
Hey, look at
Yeah.
this. Check off which ones you have.
I mean, but I set expectations if you want to go further now. Like, you know, of course I don't mind. I like you. We cool. We homies. But if this is going where we think it's going, like, you dating to marry, because I'm dating to marry. So if you want to date me and you intend to marry me, you don't have to get a college degree, but you have to have a work ethic, you know, that shows me you and I are going to work together to live the lifestyle that we agree that we want to live. And you do whatever you want to do, but you got to hustle. You got to grind, good buddy, just like I do. Like, I have grinded and moved professions and moved out of state to make money. Okay, I sold my soul to farmers so I can make money. I left my passion in the classroom, but I said I wanted to live a specific lifestyle. I wanted to have money, and that's what this job has provided me. And if you want to be in this relationship with me, then you need to figure out where you gonna move and how you gonna maneuver through your job or whatever, start our own business, whatever you want to do. That's gonna allow you to make money too, because we doing this together. You know, I'm not doing this shit by myself. Because if that's the case, I don't need you.
Facts.
You know, that brings up like 2 or 3 other questions. You know, and it's
Okay.
not just, you know, getting on the educational level, but, you know, like you say, you need to be on the same hustle level. You know, if I'm going to go out there, you as a lady, if I'm going to go out there and work a job 9 to 5, you're not going to lay on my couch
No.
all day and play video games. Look here, and it's not the fact that, you know, a lot of women say, I don't need a man. And I will respond back, well, I don't need a woman.
Right.
However, we both together can, you know, do something or take what we built and made something and whatever. I've had this conversation about people, like if I would have to find another person, like, well, first of all, they got to come at the level you're at. That gave me brownie points, by the way. I'm like, I'm not finna go out here and find somebody that's on a lower level than you, per se. Do they have to have a college degree? Not necessarily a college degree, but they need to have something about themselves, that they have a desire to do something. So we addressed the thing about the list earlier, and you did bring up a few more questions there. So if they don't meet everything on this list, because I have one friend, I have a lot of female friends, by the way. Long time ago, she told me this list she had. And she said the guy has to meet everything on this list. I don't think she found him yet. So y'all said y'all had a list. So did they check off everything on the list? Or did you have to like sacrifice something like, you know what? I can do without the Mercedes, but you're going to at least get me an Infiniti.
That's not the same. But okay.
That's very superficial. Like,
Some very
Can you-
superficial friends.
can your car get me from A to B? And, you know, without
Sometimes.
black smoke coming out, without a tire rolling off, like
With some
that's what
AC
matters.
at least.
Right? Some AC.
Sometimes. Look, I'm going through car issues right now, so yeah. Oh,
When I met my husband, he didn't have a car. So, I mean,
I remember that story.
that wasn't something that I had on my list that he had to have a car, but he did have to have a drive and an ambition to want to be a better person than what he was, where he was at that point in his life.
Congratulations, he just got his master's. Yeah, I'll be following y'all a few months ago. Congratulations to him. I see that drive in him. But I remember that story you told about the story he walked from work, and you were telling that, and I was like, now that's how you know somebody loves you. And Jawanda loves EJ.
Had that indeed.
That's her baby. But so name some things on that list or whatever you might be willing to sacrifice for the sake of the relationship.
I feel like I guess physical things.
Yeah. I feel like that's the first thing
like,
to go. You have no control over that.
No, like I can't help. I like the man. He's shorter than me. He ain't a lot shorter than me, but he's shorter. Because I was thinking I need somebody much taller than me, and I'm already fucking tall. So I was like, well, it is what it is. Motherfucker's a little shorter, and I'll be much taller than him in heels, and it's fine. He likes it. Whatever.
That's kind of nice to me. So you're saying you would date an ugly man? What you saying?
I didn't say that.
No.
I said he was shorter, sweetie. And if you'd have, don't mix
He's got
up
short
don't mix
and
words.
handsome.
I don't know where. Those are not mutually exclusive, good buddy. I have no idea where you got that shit from.
I'm just throwing it out there because, like you said, you are a tall lady. You all know my best friend. She was taller than me. She was 6'1", 6'3", something like that. I'm 5'10". She had a problem with it, and she would say, she only dates taller than me, and her husband was taller. All the guys she ever really truly liked were taller. Mm-hmm. And she said she would never look for a man shorter than her. And I always told her, that does not matter to me. You're my friend. You're my buddy. This is how we are. I can't, if you want me to put some heels on and make me taller than 5'10" so you'll feel comfortable, that's not me. You either with me or you're not. So we're just friends, but still.
Yeah. I mean,
some people have their non-negotiables.
Yeah. Like,
maybe that's just a non-negotiable for her.
Important. And I already liked man. I couldn't help. He was shorter. I mean, it just kind of happened. Like, I just started liking him. Like, he just happened to be shorter.
Oh, your current man is shorter than you.
Yeah.
Okay. We've never seen pictures of him. We have to question whether you right for hey, you do what you do. But I have these. I told you I have a lot of friends, and most of them are female because in my family, on my dad's side, my dad is the only one that had boys for a long time. So all my cousins on the side, my age, were girls. Finally, 7th grade, one of my cousins from Chicago moves back to Mississippi. He's a male, and that's the first time I had a male cousin, quote unquote, actually my age. So most of my friends are women because I love women. Women and water are the best inventions God ever made.
Water. Oh, have mercy.
You got to always have water. No matter, everywhere God put a civilization, he put them near water. So you got to have water. You got to have a woman. So best thing God ever made was women and water. Somebody listening to this be like, the worst thing, the way I'm paying spousal support and child support right now. Yeah, that's you, buddy. But,
oh my goodness.
But
the shade
the shade of it all. The shade of it all.
There are some women paying child support because there are a lot of women, quote unquote, that made more than the man, or they were the ones supporting them. And that's just how it go. But I have friends, as I was saying before, they have a sister that I've hardly ever seen. For my significant other, they've hardly seen them. We always question, do they really exist? So one time when they posted them online, I'm like, so y'all went out and hired someone to play the role of your sister because, we've never seen them. So, when people don't see your man on the internet, like, does he really exist? None of your business if he does or don't. I have him, be happy and leave me the hell alone.
Right. I mean, people barely see me on the internet. The only fucking reason that I post shit is because it is that podcast. Because I don't remember the last time I posted my own damn personal picture. Most of that shit was 2 years ago.
Look, the only reason I'm on social media, when I was selling drugs, let me explain.
Heavens.
When I was with TLC, what is that? they have the stuff that has the whatever they call weed or something in it. So my upline told me I need to get on Instagram. So I got THC, CBD or something like that. People getting fired now because saying it doesn't have it on the package, and it really does. They go get drug tested, and it's like, you do drugs. Like, all I do is this stuff. So when I was a drug dealer, that's how I got back involved with this. And then when I started with the podcast, when I started coming, I got back involved with social media. I'm more of a stalker type. I like to see what other people are, and they tell all their business, and they say like,
right.
Oh, this person, this, and I just sit there, look and laugh. And
same. I'm a lurker when it comes to social media. I don't want to put shit up. I just like to watch other people.
All right.
But yeah.
And I keep turning around because, like I said, I'm still kind of at the just over broke. I'm on lunch. The hustle we do.
I'm serious.
Say again?
I said, I'm serious on your lunch break, though.
Hey, I was just happy when y'all accepted. I really, like I said, I don't get excited about stuff until it happens. And the only person I told is always the host of Monica's Voice, who has not posted podcasts in a long time. Yes, I'm calling you out. I told her, like, I got them booked, but I'm not going to get excited until they actually show up on screen, and there they are.
Hey, Monica.
Right. Hey, girl. Yes, gal.
Monica calls herself mad at me right now, and it's my fault.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's a long story, but it's my fault. I'm me being me, whatever. So, ladies.
Uh-huh.
With your current significant other,
Mm-hmm.
let's reverse the roles here. What if, let's say, they were more established per se and more educated, whatever, and they say like, well, to be with me, you got to come up to this level. You got to be some. Yes, I said it the way they said. You got to be like I'm the man. You're gonna do what I'm gonna say. You got to get to this level if you're gonna be with me. How'd you feel about that? How would you feel about that?
We won't be.
I wouldn't feel moved.
No. There's no. I don't. What the fuck is this? It's not a job interview, my guy. I didn't apply for this fucking position. So my good buddy, like, I ain't doing that shit. Well, you go find that bitch, because she sure as shit ain't me. I'm at where I'm at, and if I want to move, it'll be because of my own motivation.
Right.
I'll move if I fucking want to move. If you happy individually, that's great for you. Don't try and put that type of pressure on me. That's fucked up.
This is why I love you, ladies.
I don't think there's nothing else to say on that when we've given our conclusion.
Like, fuck out of here.
This is why I love you all, because look, y'all are just straight up honest, brutal. You gonna say it. Look, I'm already warning people. This is gonna be an E episode.
I was about to say, I'm glad you just told everybody this is E for everybody.
This is going
not E for
not Nintendo games.
Oh, well.
E for explicit.
E for the end of Constance's name. Okay.
All right. God, my mouth is, damn it. And I'm thankful I ain't got to be censored on here.
Look, the last episode you all did, I think that's the least cursing you ever done on any episode.
It
Probably.
We tried to keep it very professional.
We did.
It was worth it, though.
Good.
That was a very nice episode. When y'all get nominated for an award or something, make sure you have them to play the clips from that episode. And then, you show some of Constance ratchetness. But I just love you ladies because you're unfiltered. Really, that should be y'all's show, the Unfiltered Show. I've been expecting y'all to change your logo to put a slash through the un. You're still the Unestablished podcast, but by now you're 4 or 5 seasons in, 2 years. I've been expecting that to happen, but really y'all are the Unfiltered Show. And anybody that I've had listen to you all, they're like, oh my goodness, they will say anything. And I had my church ladies listening, and of course we knew a lot of the cuss words that they said as well, but it's just refreshing to hear it.
Oh, I was about to say, why you had the mothers of the church listening to ours? Oh, Jesus. Oh my gosh.
They can relate whether the cuss words are there or not. The whole point of Unestablished Podcast is that no matter at what age you are, what socioeconomic status you are, you can still relate to all of the stories that we speak of, because even if you are being successful, you have reached a new unestablished level. You have reached a level of life that you do not feel 100% confident in. You're learning, you're, growing. So yeah, you're unestablished, whether it's financially, in your educational status, like it doesn't matter. You are still unestablished.
Yeah. Establishment is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, if you think you've arrived, claps for you.
Right. Because tomorrow you might be unestablished.
Yeah. But like you said, it's almost like when you graduate from one grade to the next, you go, seriously, it's like you was doing great. All A's, 4th grade, and you take your ass 5th grade, you don't know nothing. You good and coasting them first couple of weeks, and then you just like, well, damn. Okay, let me get my shit together. Let me figure out what I need to do here.
There's always room for improvement, a room to learn more.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So what if, and I've seen this happen a lot, what if your significant other finds out they've been called to preach and becomes a pastor? Especially Miss Explicit.
Well, I barely go to church as it is, so I wouldn't even know what to say.
We know.
I'll be like, okay, well, baby, if Jesus has called you, let's do this thing. That's what you want to do. You want to preach?
No.
Let's go.
As my dad told me when they had me on trial for deacon, he like, son, they didn't call you. They called y'all. I'm like, excuse you? They called y'all. So if God called him, he calls you too, future first lady.
You can call me to do anything. He called him.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Now, I will certainly be there in support. I will raise my hands in prayer. I will direct choir if that's what they want me to do, or at least supervise.
Yeah. What you're not going to do is put me in a box if I happen to be a first lady. Like, I'm here to support my husband. Outside of that, the leadership of this church is not my responsibility.
It is not. No, it is not.
Dr. Davis, you've been quiet over there. Come on, speak up now. Speak up. Say it loud. Be proud.
I don't know. I feel a little bit differently, I guess. Not necessarily that the leadership is not your responsibility, but the purpose as being a spouse is to be a support system and to be a backbone for your husband. So if your husband is a pastor of a church, which means he is the leader of the church, then I would think your job would be to fill in where necessary, whether that would be the choir director, whether that would be you doing something with the trustee board or whatever. Even though that's not your calling, that's still your other half. So I still feel like you should have some sort of, emotion towards what he's doing, or stance or thoughts.
But the burden, I don't expect it to be as heavy on me.
It will be, because y'all in that same house, y'all dealing with whatever he deals, whatever he brings home, he's dealing with the day, he's going to bring that home, and you're going to have to help him deal with it. So even though you feel like, oh, this ain't my situation I have to deal with, it's going to become our situation, because there's no way you're going to want your spouse not to talk to you about what he's doing.
That's true.
Especially if he's doing Sister So-and-so in the church. It says on the first row.
Okay, next question.
Right.
I'm going to need another damn beer.
I'm just saying, it happens. And I know a lot of first ladies, like when their husband first got in ministry, they were not saved. They were out there in the world, and they tell you, like, look, I still drink my wine. They're like, look, Jesus turned water into wine, so I'm just drinking what Jesus gave us.
I'm with Jesus.
Okay. Well.
Jesus know my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have to be a very serious conversation betwixt the two of us. Like, he's not just going to jump up one day and say, look, Jesus called me to go and be a preacher, and I'm, creating my own church. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to be I'm thinking this today and we doing this next month. Like, this is going to be a long conversation about how this is going to work within this household, within the parameters of our life that we've already built.
Because are you still going to maintain your 9 to 5 while you pastor? Like,
you gonna have to.
Like, how much of my job am I going to need to give up? Are we having to move to do this? Like, how big is this? How big? What is your goal? For your church? How are you going to get patrons? Like, how involved is this going to be? Is this going to be a all the time thing? Is it going to build? Like, what can I expect from this?
Yeah,
because if you really are serious,
yeah.
So this goes back to what you said earlier, because now my train of thought came back. Communication, because you said, we're going to have this conversation. This is just prior. Nowadays, I see in a lot of relationships, the big conversation is how much do you make, what kind of car do you drive, what kind of house do you have, and what kind of house you're going to get. And that's a communication factor there, or that's what, you get from the first date through the 10th date. He's my man. He makes the six figures. He drives a nice car, and he's paying my bills. This conversation thing, because, being, as the Bible say, equally yoked, which everybody's taking totally wrong or different. Equally yoked, I believe, is the mindset. You got to have that mindset. If I get out there and do, you need to be getting out there and do. If you're going to be a stay at home, then you're going to be a stay at home, whether it's the male or female to stay at home. But these are the things, quote unquote, we need to discuss what happened. So that conversation of having a conversation. How important is that in a relationship itself? Just finding out who this person is and what they want or what they expect from you.
I mean, I feel like that's the number one thing. I mean, I don't even know how you could carry on a relationship without it.
There's things you can do besides conversating.
Yeah, but I mean, sex ain't the basis of a relationship, because well, that's what I'm thinking. That's the first place my mind went.
Well, yeah, it was.
I'm sure there are other,
it was.
Like
It was.
I don't have to engage in any conversation, no real conversation with you to have sex. We can do what we need to do, and you can get out. Like, I don't really want to talk to you. And if that's the case, if that's all we doing, then you better learn your boundaries, good buddy. You stay right here in your little box. We do what we do. Get out and don't talk to me until it's time for another appointment, because I don't want to get to know you, because I don't care about your life or your hopes and dreams. I don't care. I don't want to be invested in you.
There are people that are married based off of sex.
But I'm saying, but like, that's in my head, that is the basis of the relationship that you have with somebody. And that's the only thing they're there for. I don't want to get to know you. I don't care. But for someone that I'm invested in, and that comes as a bonus, and that's something that we do, as one form of intimacy. I don't know, man. That's not the biggest thing. I feel like communication has to be one of your biggest things. How else are you going to get to know that person? Because, I mean, you can ask, how much money do you make and what kind of house you going to get me? Well, honey, if he already has a house, you could go to his house and see what he like. You could talk about the types of houses you would want. What if he thinks something like a game room or a bonus room or a study is the biggest thing that you need to have in your house? Meanwhile, I want a big ass kitchen. Listen, there are conversations we need to have, because if I want a brick oven outside in the patio in a pool, and you want a big ass, studio or something, we got to accommodate both of these things in our dream house. But if we don't talk about it, then we ain't gonna never agree when we go house hunting. I'm just saying.
Y'all, before I cut off the other two ladies, so when y'all did the separate episodes, which I said I did like, but I like, I think that idea, because, when you hear Constance say something or she puts something out there, she just puts out there as facts. Okay, I'm through interrupting. Jawanda and Monique, go ahead.
What was the question?
About conversation. Is that an important factor when determining if y'all are equally yoked, or, if you're going to pull this man up and get to your level?
Yeah, I think conversation is essential. I feel like that's one of the foundational things that you need in a relationship. Because if you're not talking to each other, you're not able to see what the other person's goal is, or, what you guys may need to fix in your relationship, or what can make the relationship better, or what you like and what you don't like. So, I mean, at the end of the day, conversation and, it's not loyalty, it's not the word, but monogamy, I think, is the two biggest things, with support as well.
Okay.
If you're into monogamy. I had to put that out there.
No comment. Of course you're into monogamy. So I can't even say the word now.
Oh,
but
Lord.
I guess that does work. Some people, I don't know. Today, I feel for you ladies that are out there dating, and I feel for you men that are out there dating, because like the stuff I'm seeing, and like I have a lot of lady friends, and they come to me and they ask me stuff. I'm like, what? Why would you ask? But okay, I'm sorry I cut you off, Monique, but go ahead.
It's fine. I don't have anything new to add. I think, like they said, it's foundational. It's a no-brainer. It's necessary. It's the deal breaker for every transition of being with someone. What do we want together? And if you don't communicate, then you are essentially going to start working against each other. And so it's just going to not end up the way you think it would.
Yeah. What's the point of being with somebody if you can't talk to them?
Yeah. You should be able to talk about any and everything with your significant other. And if you can't, then you need to reevaluate your relationship.
But the sex is good.
No, that doesn't matter. We still have to have, but see, like, if you're like me, I cannot have a sexual relationship with you if I am not intellectually stimulated by what you have to offer via communication. So that doesn't matter. You can have great sex and I'm just totally uninterested and disconnected.
But they make a lot of money.
For everybody. I don't give a damn.
All right. All right, so we've been nice. Now we're going to have the cussing part of the episode. So, ladies, open up and start cussing like y'all normally do.
What? That is not how we work as podcasters of the Unestablished Podcast. We are very refined women, and our communication is very clear.
And colorful.
And colorful. And so that comes out naturally. We can't just perform. But if you want to hear more of what we have to offer, your guests can come on over to the Unestablished Podcast and listen to us every Wednesday, available as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, perfect for your commute to work. And we'll be more than happy to receive your review of the episode. Leave a comment, hit us up in our DMs, send us an email, and we'll see y'all next time.
I love it because I tell people I coach, like, look, anytime you can get that shameless plug in, go forward. If it's just 2 words, go forward. And I love it. All right. So I know on y'all episode, and I'm looking at my time with my lunch break, I know y'all have the whining with wine. I don't have no little special part, but what we're going to do, we're going to do cussing with Shayro today. So what we going to talk about, what has you cussing this week? Who's going first? Constant, get back in the Baptist, give me an A and B selection. Oh, good and well, she ain't going to do that.
How you going to put cussing and the Baptist selection together?
Look, I love the wine and wine slogan.
I'd have done my cussing today.
I know. Right. I love it, though. Look, I love everything about y'all's show. So, I'm going. But look, we having cussing with Shayro. What got you cussing? Come on.
Well, I'm not necessarily cussing, but it's the weather. Like, we literally just had 2 weeks of hot weather, and now I'm outside with a whole wool coat on. Like, what is happening?
Not a wool coat, Lord.
Yes, and I don't want to go outside. Like, I was very subconscious about going outside in this coat because I didn't want somebody to think, like, well, damn, is she anemic or something? Like, she got this big-ass coat on in the spring, but it was cold to me. So that's my cuss for the day. It was
I don't even know what anemic is. And I've heard that all my life, and people tell me something about low blood iron. I still have no idea.
Yes. That's what it is.
All right. Who's next? Who's cussing for us next?
Well, I guess Constance not interested.
I don't know what to say. This ain't no different than wine and wine. I don't never know. I don't know. Shoot. The only thing that kills me sometimes is like having younger friends who want to be doing all the things, and I don't be wanting to do that. And like, because my other friend had a birthday dinner like on Friday, and she was real last minute about it. God bless her sweet Jesus soul. I was tired. I said, God bless her sweet Jesus soul, but I was tired that last Friday when she
was real asthmatic. What word did you use? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Last minute.
Last minute. She was real last minute about it. Like, she planned it that Friday. She talked about it Thursday and then planned it that Friday to go out that Friday. Like, we didn't sit down until like 9. Yeah. And it was just weird. It was all her college friends, and I was like, the old ass at the table. I was like, okay,
time to go home.
Where is my food? Please bring it in a to-go box because I'm ready to go home. Like, I don't want to be sitting here right now. Like, I love you. Happy birthday. But I'm tired. I can't. There's nothing to even talk about. Everybody's on their damn phone. We're just sitting here in a lovely awkward silence, and I'm over it.
Okay.
So shout out to being the old lady with young
Right, 'cause
friends
if
whom
we
I
gonna be on our
love, but
phone while
Jesus.
we out,
We could
I
have
can
just
stay at the
FaceTime.
house.
Yeah,
Right.
we could have just FaceTime each other.
Text me
FaceTime.
when y'all sing happy birthday.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
I guess mine would just be like, even though you got a day off, you still got an adult, so it's not really a day off.
Oh.
So it just never fails. Like my day off during the week, I still have to do adulting things. I could never, just lay on the couch and lay in the bed and just be me. I gotta be out here, paying bills and shit. There's my curse word.
You don't designate like a lazy day for the weekend?
When? I mean, usually on Saturdays, me and EJ do something together, whether it's just be at home or go somewhere. But I mean, at some point in that day, I end up doing something adulting. It never fails.
you pay a mortgage, so I'm like, if I was paying a mortgage, I'd be like, I'm getting my all I can out of this mortgage. I can have all the fun I can in this house.
I mean,
Look here, but I want to go to France. Look here, I pull up on the computer, France. Here you go, Eiffel Tower.
oh my God.
I pay a mortgage. That's if I was paying a mortgage. I'd be like, I pay a mortgage. I get everything I need out of this house. Somebody was saying something about that on TikTok. What got y'all don't know this, but y'all know I feed the hungry, which means I deliver on a platform. Well, I went back to doing people now because people pay more money. And because I'm having car trouble and I'm having to do a car through them, I'm like, well, I got to pay for this expense thing, so I'm doing people. Why did you get in the Uber at 3:00 in the afternoon and you smell like a weed factory?
Oh.
And
I mean, some people believe in an all-day bake instead of just waking bake. They just do it all day.
and, I'm not doing anything about what you like to do or what you do, but we stuffed up in this vehicle and you got a 20-minute ride, dude. I had to get out and test myself to make sure.
Not test.
I make sure I didn't get a contact high. Look, I've only been technically only been high once in my life. That's because one of my friends from Chicago, he was having a party at his house in college. The pregnant woman kept going up in the weed smoking room, and we had to go in there and get her several times that night. So then afterwards, me and my friends, we went to Crystals, and I had enough money to get, oh my goodness, I got 2 crystals. Oh my God, the crystal was so good. Whew, I never had a crystal that good in my life. But that's only official. Oh my God, I think about it now. That's the only official time I actually really been high. I tried marijuana when I was 12. It didn't do anything to me. I got back home. My parents had to go through the other room because I was scared they were going to figure I'd been smoking. My parents were deacon and deaconess Wells. So I thought they were going to kill me if they knew I'd been smoking weed, but it didn't do anything to me. So therefore, I never really wanted to try it again because it didn't do anything for me. And as I heard,
are we speaking of crystal meth here? I just want to be clear.
No, the food, the restaurant.
No, crystals with a K. Crystals like White Castle. The crystals.
Well, damn. I know where your mind at, Monique.
Because you said you ain't never been that high. So I just wanted to make sure.
I've never been high except for that time, but she said crystal meth. No, crystal, the rest, y'all from north of the border. I think it's White Castles up there, maybe the little square burgers or whatever.
Okay.
We have sliders.
Sliders or whatever.
And then you was like, oh, it just tastes so good. I can't wait to have it. Oh, wait, hold on.
It was so good. That crystal was the best crystal I ever had. I think Jesus came down himself and made it.
Not Jesus touched your burger.
Jesus touched my burger. But with me doing people again, I realized there are crazy people. I just had an episode last night. Picked up these 2 people like they were getting off from the restaurant. And before we got 20 feet from the restaurant, she socked him. And the dude was like, hey, can you record this? And I turned around and I'm like, she didn't have no shame about it. And I'm like, we ain't had that up in here now. Look, I'll take y'all back. I don't care how much this trip is. I know I need the money, but I will take you back. They stopped. She hit him again. And this time I think he was trying to defend himself. I'm like, look, I'm finna drop y'all off at the QT. And they kept on. I'm like, I'm calling the police on y'all. And yes, brother man snitched. He called the police. Police surrounded QT. Brother man took off running when they got there. She's up in the store. She trying to play innocent. I'm like, no, she hit him first.
Oh,
These peoples are
It's a
crazy.
lot.
But I am. You pick up the young kid, and you looking like, okay, is this gonna be the kid that robbed me, whatever? Yes, it'd be judgmental things going on through your head with some things or whatever. And this kid, he's talking the slang and everything. When you get to the ride, okay, sir, thank you very much, and you be safe out there. You too, sir. Or this one kid. I mean, when I first picked him up, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? Then he started talking to me about quantum physics, and he told me he's already accepted into college and everything. And I'm like, go ahead, bro. I'm with you. Go do that thing. He's like, yeah. A lot of people judge me by my looks, but I'm not just any mophead out there. I'm actually an educated man. Like, okay, good deal.
Lord
But
have
these people are
mercy.
crazy. So y'all pray for me while I'm out here doing divine deliverance of these peoples.
I didn't realize you was delivering the people again.
Right.
Kevin.
And not on
I thought
drugs.
she was just feeding the hungry and dropping that bad boy off at their front door and going.
Mhm.
Feeding the hungry ain't paying the bill. Then they're like, they trying to send you $2 feeding the hungry things. I'm like, look here, Geis is more than that.
It tells.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, because I got like 6 minutes on my lunch break. Ladies, I thank you all so much for taking time out of your schedules. I really did not expect you all to just say yes or say yes so quickly, but I do thank you all. And y'all know I really do rock with you all. You all are the queens of podcasting. I listen to other episodes, and some of those episodes involve ladies who are in their 30s, and they're talking about, them not being established where they thought they would be. And I'm like, they got their platform or whatever from the unestablished ladies, or they had to have listened to them, or maybe you all friends. I know I listened to one podcast. They are sisters in another not fraternity. Y'all not a fraternity, right? Sorority. Forgive me, because I know how people get sensitive when you mess up things there. I have been beat up by a bunch of women because I got some names wrong and said the wrong thing. I've been beat up several times over this. But they're in the same sorority. They have theirs. I have some others. They are different things. But I listen to them, and I'm like, they had to get their starter. They had to be inspired by the ladies of the Unestablished podcast, because as I'm listening to them, the things that they are doing, it's not a direct copying of them, but it's like they went to unestablished school to learn how to podcast.
They probably have just similar stories as we do. Just 30-year-olds out here trying to make it, Lord Jesus.
That's right.
Oh, Lord Jesus, yes. 50-year-olds out here trying to make it.
For sure.
When do we become established, Lord? When?
See? Therein lies the question, sir. And only you can answer that.
As you say, there's levels to this shit, right?
Levels.
For
Good,
sure.
buddy.
All right. Still, ladies, I know Monique threw the shameless plug out there earlier, but if you like to throw out there for your individuality, where people can find you or something you might have coming up, you're going to be a guest star on the sister show on BET or something.
Oh, I wish.
You better
Tyler
speak
Perry,
that
go
into
at me.
existence.
Okay.
I was
me, TP.
I was down by his studios the other night doing divine deliverance. But tell us where, who, what, why, what, all that good stuff.
If they want to know more about us, they can definitely hit us up on our Instagram or our TikTok. It's Unestablished Podcast. If you guys want to send us an email, you can hit us up at unestablishedpodcast@gmail.com. If for some reason you want to message us individually, if you go to the Unestablished Instagram, it has all of our handles on the bio, and you can click that and look at our pages there.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes,
During your lunch break, no less.
I know, right? Working hard.
Go
The
eat.
side hustle
Please.
of the hustle.
For real.
Look, when I finish this, I have another meeting with my Toastmasters group. Then my client just hit me up because she hit me up, said, okay, I'm on Zoom. I'm ready to go over it. I'm like, oh. So she's like, well, we can go. we can meet up after the Toastmasters meeting. Like, okay. Then I got to go out and do some divine deliverance tonight because a brother needs them coins.
Right.
In fact, I need those
Goodness.
foes.
Busy, Lord.
Not coins. I need them foes.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do that. Then again, I got to profusely apologize to Monica's voice at some point because I pissed her off. I'm good at doing that, at pissing people off. I think that should be my staple.
I could see that.
I believe that wholeheartedly. But it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's your thing.
Just create a well-written apology, text it and say it, and just keep aggravating her and let
Well,
her
let me see
know,
how this
like,
sounds. Look here, I'm sorry, damn it. When you gonna talk to me?
No.
How's that
Deny
work?
it. No.
All right.
We deny.
Okay.
No.
Damn it, I said I'm sorry. When you gonna forgive me?
Well, you gotta
No.
curse at her. Just say,
Okay.
okay, Monica,
Don't curse.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Look here, girl. We've been friends for 30-some years. When you gonna forgive me? All right. I can do that in the Lawrence Fishburne voice when he was Turner.
Like
Ike
Ike?
Turner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Look
gonna
here,
work for you.
Well, we
go
know how
with
that went.
Go with that.
Look here. You know you can't live without me. I can't live without you. I'm sorry.
It's giving anime
right.
eat the cake.
You
And
right.
I'm not a fan.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Now, come on. When we gonna record this doggone podcast? And I'm saying all this because she is going to watch. I told her she's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm like, oh, so you speak to me? Click. I'm like,
Oh. Oh. That's just to let you know she was still alive. That's all.
Yeah.
you know, I can count my friends on one finger. So therefore, I am known for losing friends, but it's some friends I don't want to lose. Say again.
Embarrassing.
Well, tell her that. I don't want to lose you as a friend.
Right? You my
So
only
that's how you
friend.
start.
You all I got.
You all I got, girl.
Make it
That
sincere.
sounds sentimental, but okay.
That's usually how apologies go when you fuck up. But, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. And I fucked up.
I know, you said. Be
Well,
vulnerable.
I told her that. I said I fucked up.
That's not an apology. You acknowledged it. That's good. But that's not an apology.
Take it a step further.
Yeah, you gotta keep going.
Good girl. I fucked up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when you start this big girl, we got to, I must go.
Right.
6:30. It's time for me to make
It's
dinner.
our time. All right. Thank you, ladies. We'll get all this posted. So thank you so very much. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, week, whatever. Make a lot of money. All right.
Cheers. We'll work on that.
Will do.
All right.
Thank you so
cheers
much.
with our non-existent wines and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.